So, camera philanthropy, content philanthropy, social media content philanthropy. You know, we have seen a new form of philanthropy where people who are content creators, video content creators, social media influencers and creators carry their camera and say, today I'm going out to help somebody. They would go on the streets, go to strategic places, look for people who appear sad, look for people who appear poor, people who can't afford much, and then now interrogate them, interview them, find out how bad things are, and now offer to help them. We've seen different people do it. And one of the prominent people is this Asher.kine. Asher.kine, his full name is Akinyemi Omotola Omotayo, Akinyemi Omotayo. Asher.kine, somebody who is quite popular and known for doing this philanthropy. There was a controversy recently where he appeared to show that he went to a restaurant, he met a lady there who was working there, and then now assisted the lady, took her out, they got tattoos, and flew her to Cape Town, South Africa, and all of that. So when he released the video, people were really applauding it. And later, people dug in and found out that it appears that the lady knew Asher.kine before, and that people went to the restaurant and found out the lady doesn't work there, and then there were videos from old social media posts to suggest that the lady wasn't poor, was really living relatively well, and so that's a talk of, oh, you met somebody who was relatively poor and you helped the person and all that seemed to be wrong, and he had come out to defend himself and stuff like that. I know that the best form of generosity, right, is, as scripture says, that when you give it your right hand, your left hand should not know what you are doing. You know, if you want to help people, you help them not because of the publicity, not because you want it to be known, because out of genuine interest to help. You know, by the time you want to help people and you carry a camera, you record yourself before you left home, you record yourself going on the streets, you record people without even first taking their consent, you record them, record their poor condition, and then record the kind of assistance that you gave. You put everything on on video, and you post it online to generate. One thing you must know is that these are content creators. There are so many content creators now. It's a means of employment, it's a means of revenue generation where people make content. So whoever the person is, Asher.kine or whoever, if you are making content, you are making videos, the primary purpose of those videos is to be able to post it online to generate engagements. And those engagements and things going viral will now improve your profile, will improve the money that those social media companies will pay to you, and it will now help you to get sponsorship from companies and brand deals and stuff like that. So no matter how good, how kind it looks on those content videos, you must bear in mind that the person making this video primarily wants it to go viral, primarily wants to benefit from the engagement that will result from it. That's the primary thing. The primary thing is not because the person is kind or the person is generous or wants to involve me. No, that's not the primary. That is secondary or tertiary or even further than that. The primary thing is the person wants engagement. So if you want engagement, the more when somebody is in a pitiable situation, the more haggard looking, the more stressed the person is, and all of that, and you now helping the person to improve the lot of the person, the more it will generate a lot of sympathy and emotions and all of that. So yes, there are people who are doing this to really help. We know of the NGOs and humanitarian organizations that have been doing work to help people, and then they'll go and donate clothes to homeless shelters, IDPs, and all that, donate food, and at the end of the year, at festive periods, the people celebrating their birthdays and all that, they'll go and do philanthropy and all that. We know that has been on and that is still on. And even with the content, right? There are a number of people have really benefited. There've been this impact where people who were not expecting anything gets money and they were able to upgrade their career and all that. The people who suffered misfortune, lost jobs, lost things, and then they happen to meet someone who is a content creator and help them. There are people who have certain skills, jumping or dancing or singing, and they could not have got opportunities to rise or to get fame without someone recording it on video. Some may not be content creators, but they just see, oh, this person has this, let me record it and put it out there, and then people will start reaching out, music producers and you know um, experts, coaches, people who are talent hunters and all that. So there are people who have actually benefited from these acts. There are living people who've actually benefited. And that should not be understated. That is there, right? But at the same time, we must recognize that a lot of time, more often than not, those who are doing these videos or these contents, they want engagement. Now, if it happens that you are not really having it, you really want something that will go viral, but you are not really, it's not coming naturally. There's this temptation to like act it out. There's this temptation, oh, there's somebody that you want to you want the person to blow, right? And you now create a situation whereby you pretend you are suffering, you pretend you are in this place, and then the person comes like a hero and saves the person, saves the day, and then you know person goes viral and person is helped and all that. You know, there is this temptation if things are not going well for you as a content creator. It happens as influencers. Sometimes some people create artificial scandals, artificial controversies. Sometimes some of these celebrities and all that, they put out this information, as if it's coming from a troll or something, whereas it's coming from them. So that they'll create this scandal, create these controversies, and it will generate, they call it cloud chasing. It will generate a lot of engagements and they go viral and it will maybe help their career or help whatever thing they are doing. You know, so there's that temptation there for people to now make things up. Because I cannot imagine if we're not really, if we think about it, how can you meet someone, a lady you've not met before, you just met the person and you take the person and fly the person to Cape Town, to South Africa? It's not possible now. So it's, if you think about it, it's really implausible, to think that that was something natural that happened. It looks more scripted. If it was okay, something that happened within that vicinity, within that location, or within Nigeria, that would be understandable. But for someone to be flown out, they know that there's more to it than that. So the bottom line is that you should know that who those doing content primarily is for content. There are those who are doing humanitarian work, who are really doing good work to help people, those who provide homes for orphans, you know, those who provide shelters for those who are homeless, those who provide food for those who can afford, those who provide sanitary pads to girls who cannot afford. There are a lot of people who are doing a lot of good work, you know, and they should be celebrated, they should be acknowledged. There are individuals who have been blessed in one way or the other who feel that they can help, that too is good. But the moment somebody carries a camera and wants it to be about what is recorded in the camera, then anything is possible. You applaud those who do good, but you must note if somebody holds a camera, for any reason, the main thing is that camera. Take away the camera, and then the philanthropy or the generosity will not happen. Because if it can't be recorded, if it can't be documented, if it can't be posted online, then it's not going to happen. And when that happens, you now ask yourself, what is primary? Is it the philanthropy, is it generosity, or what is being posted online? So we must note that while not looking with suspicion at all those who do that, we must recognize this person is a content creator. And when you're a creator, sometimes you get too creative, or you get clever by half, and you may do certain things and you think that, oh, people will be so, I don't want to use the word gullible, people will be so moved, or people like you so much that they overlook all of these things. The one thing is credibility is very important in all that you do. In all that you do, people should be able to hold you, that you are credible. No matter what is happening now on social media and all that, a lot of people, many people value credibility, where something is genuine. If you want to really help people, you really go out to help people, not that the thing was scripted or staged. People don't like something that is you script it. If you are doing a movie or reality show or something that's been scripted, that's different. But if you're doing something that would have that implication that you have been of help to people, you need that credibility, you need that reputation, and you have to maintain it. I don't take anybody for a ride.